Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because you guys played the other night, like in a empty place, but live streamed it.
We did. Yeah, and we're gonna do the same thing tonight from the Chief Theater in Bemidji. No audience, just the band and the sound tech crew, and then the three wives, and then we'll just have a live stream tonight, and it'll be fun. But gigs are few and far between nowadays. Yeah. And
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. So video there might be just a little bit. I'm watching it on over here on YouTube. So I'm going
yeah.
to copy this into the chat, share, or do whatever. How do I do all this? There you go. I'll figure it out. All right. Sent you that.
Should I be watching that?
No. It's if there was anything you were wanting to share, but I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, all right. Go ahead and throw this back up. Yeah, it's funny. Is I was just thinking about this the other day. Getting prepped and going through the show questions because this idea finally like really hit. Finally, go ahead and do it while we were in Nashville, and it was just again if you've listened to some of the other podcasts, then you've probably seen that we setting all this up and the inspiration, the motivation. All right, well, we'll go ahead and Eric, we'll go ahead and get started. So it looks like we're rocking on recording, we're zooming, we're recording here. Yeah, it's like 20 different places I got to go and try to record everything to make sure. And I don't know about you, but I always tell people when they ask about setting things up, and microphones and cables and sound, I'm like, the drummers don't have any, they hardly do any of it. Just tell the sound guy to, here's what I want in my drums. So, all right, so we'll do one last quick check. You can hear me?
Yeah. It's kind of it's slowing down a little bit and then it catches up. So
okay.
A little bit, but no big deal.
Yep. Okay. And like I said, I'm recording offline too, so into the recorder here. So I'll have a couple different methods to capture everything. And like I said, the podcast is the main part of it is the audio. So if I'm not capturing, so the video is a little topping on the cake, but the audio is the important part. So all right, so we'll go ahead and get started here. All right, so hey all, it's Paul from Drums and Rums, where the backbeats meet the spirits. On today's show, I am here with a fellow drum dojoer. We met in Nashville back in early December of 2019, attending Jim Riley's drum dojo, and so he was, I guess, a partner in crime there for a couple nights, and I think we behaved ourselves, and we're all, I think, agreed totally enamored in with Nashville and all the music. So, my guest is hails from Minnesota. So right now I'm wearing flip flops and shorts. He's probably got a fire going on right now. So, and also performs in a lot of projects. He's also got a main project that we'll talk about. And all around great guy. And you definitely got to dig that beard he's growing there. So I think he got mistaken also for somebody in ZZ Top wearing Nash. You should have played up on that a lot. We probably get a lot of free drinks and stuff.
Maybe.
So, all right. I'd like to welcome Eric Sundeen. How you doing, Eric?
Great, Paul. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here. And yes, I got a heater going.
Yeah.
And I got my wool socks on. So, snowed last night. It's all good.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready to have our cold front is going to be coming through Tuesday or Wednesday, and by that I think we may see somewhere in the high 40s and low 50s here. So I know it's not anything to really compare to what you got. So.
Yeah. Well, that's why I need the beard. It's like I grew a scar.
So Eric, why don't you go ahead and yeah. I know I'm nowhere compared to you. So yeah, and I think I've been trying to grow this for a while. So Eric, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do. Obviously you're sitting there behind the drum set, so we'll hopefully be able to hear a little bit of that as well. So Eric, tell us a little about yourself.
Cool. Again, my name is Eric Sundeen. I currently do a lot of different teaching projects. I'm the adjunct professor of percussion at Bemidji State University, where I run the percussion studio there and teach private lessons and run the percussion ensemble. I teach at the high school as well, and I'm mostly just the drumline coach there for the local high school, and teach over in my studio at my house. Well, now I do most of it online, but I teach here at the house and live here with my wife Sarah and my two kids Nolan and Sullivan, and we hang out in Bemidji. We haven't really moved since March. We've been hanging out here, but live in Bemidji, and I used to play in a whole bunch of other bands. I played in rock bands and country bands and kind of blues jam bands for a long time. Rock Bottom and Pelican Railroad and several others, Fireline. And I used to just play every weekend with different bands, and then I met Corey Medina. I saw him sing in Bemidji, and just kind of getting to know each other. We kind of he wanted me to fill in for his band for 1 month. It was supposed to be 1 month, and while his other drummer was in Mexico, and the guy never came back through a whole series of circumstances that were, I guess, beneficial to me. And so I stayed on with Corey, and that was like over 4 years ago. And we still joke about it that this guy doesn't really exist, but he does. Nio, love you. Never met you, but thanks for the gig, I guess. But been with Corey ever since, and we were playing upwards to about 120 gigs a year with that band. So I'm trying to juggle, being a father to 2 kids and being a scoutmaster and I'm volunteer for my kids' Cub Scout pack and trying to play in a band and trying to teach. So it's a busy but yet super fulfilling life, and just had so many good experiences in music, including meeting you at the dojo. That was a cool experience that I had. That was part of a whole project that I've been kind of working on for a year, and it's been a good, having a good ride, as they say.
Yeah, that sounds like you're trying to balance and juggle all that,
Yep, and it's
I lost you there.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. Obviously my connectivity here is really crappy. So, but we'll make this work. So, you got juggling going on. and which is, I know when you got a family, you got a day job, you've got some projects, you've got a passion. It's a juggling act, right?
Definitely.
So
And as long
so as you
sorry,
yep.
as long
So Eric, as you mentioned, yep.
love it. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, as you mentioned, Eric, we met in Nashville, at the Drum Dojo, Jim Riley's, and in I think, as I've mentioned on previous podcasts, probably about it a ton of times, and how I found it, stumbled across it, and then again had talked with the other guys who were there that weekend with us, Scott and Shane and Ryan. And you're the last piece there. So I just need you to help me get with Jim, because he still, I don't think, knows what my name I go by, which I think you remember that whole
That's right. I do remember
alias
that.
thing. He had a lot of questions about.
That's right. I do remember that. That you were using a different name or something like that on I don't know. Yeah, the dojo was such an amazing experience. I read about it. I'm not sure where you heard about it, but I read about it, I think, in Modern Drummer magazine. And Jim did this video of like him doing a sixlet type thing. And I watched that video. Oh my gosh, it must have been in like 2005. And I watched that video just relentlessly all the time. And I really liked how it was. So anyway, this fall, or the fall of 2019, I applied and received a arts grant from Region 2 Arts Council in Bemidji. And it was an artist fellowship, and it gave me a bunch of money to, and I originally, my plan was that I was going to take those funds and do several trips. I was going to go out and the dojo was the first trip that I took to Nashville, and then I was going to go to LA, and I wanted to try to hook up with Tommy Igo and Mike Johnson, and I wanted to really study with Sukerman, and I wanted to study with Stanton Moore, and just like, I had this money that was allocated for that, so I was really blessed with that. But then we got the dojo, and that was such a cool experience. I've never been to Nashville before, and it was fun to go to Jim's house and meet him. Like someone whose videos I've watched countless times, and having a chance to meet him and hang out like literally in his basement for a weekend. That was such a cool experience. Meet all you guys, and Shane and Scott and Ryan, and just a learning experience. And that's, I always am wanting to watch more videos, and I'm always wanting to take master classes and private lessons. It helps me keep me grounded for sure. It keeps my feet on the ground. And my favorite part about the dojo was we were doing like this right left left, like right left left right left, and then right left right left, a triplet thing. And we did it on the practice pads, and then we went in the room, and then Jim said, like, okay, Eric, do that, play jazz time, and do that as a fill. And I went, and I just crashed, burned, just crashed, like did all the things I knew I wasn't supposed to. And Jim just looked at me, and he's like, just make sure you're staying a step ahead of your students. And it was such a reality check, and he wasn't a jerk about it at all. It was a very honest response to what had just happened. But it's learning, it's the experiences like that just kind of knock you down, and then you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I gotta work on that. So I've been sitting here every Tuesday morning working my jazz patterns, and getting better. That's what you do. And with this grant, because COVID happened, it was kind of a blessing and a curse for me, honestly, because I couldn't do any of the traveling that I wanted to do. But I was able to take the same funds and build an online studio that now I can teach lessons online from my basement. And when it started, I was just trying to use my phone, but now I have a full system. And with that system, I've been able to take like 3 master classes with Todd Sucherman, which were again totally amazing experiences. And I took one with Stanton Moore, and it's just been a cool experience to do that. I've been also doing that. Tommy Igo is doing this thing on Instagram about his lifetime warm up, which I do. I try to do that every single day, a couple times, and just been, I've just been now taking the funds for that grant and going down here and just taking time and practicing, and it's been really fun again to get in the woodshed, so to speak. Oh, I'm the host now. It says I am the host now. There he is.
I think, I think I left give up or trying. No,
Oh,
a
there,
professor or the professor. Well,
there you go.
the
It's kind of
professor.
catching up.
Who that is, but great instructor in that kind of way. Don't expect going in there and you're gonna. Okay.
Hey, Paul, can you hear me? I don't see your video either. But
The joys of technology.
yeah, I
Can you
love
hear me
it.
now? All right. Let me see. See if this helps any. Let me go ahead